Hey everybody, welcome to Kid Connect.
Kid Connect.
Pastor Anthony's doing something a little different today. What are you up to today?
I'm exercising.
You exercising? All
Yeah.
right, are we running?
We can
Running
run.
today?
So,
okay.
during this whole,
Yeah.
kerfluffling, right?
Okay.
Kerfuffle
Okay,
that we've had
kerfuffle.
over the last
Okay.
year, where almost a year now,
Yeah.
stuck inside a lot. Well, Kaylee, our daughter.
Yes, I know her.
She started making lots and lots of cookies and brownies.
Yes.
And she likes to using the oven. And Pastor Anthony, I'm saying Pat, I'm not talking in third person like a weirdo. But I gained a lot of weight.
Oh.
Like
okay.
15
Okay.
or 20 pounds.
Oh, okay.
And
I'll
so,
let you keep going.
It's time that I stop. I got to get into shape.
Oh,
you know?
okay. That
Yeah.
sounds good. Yeah.
So I took, since it was Kaylee's fault that I gained, well, it's not only, I had to eat it, but I decided I stole her workout headband.
I was going to compliment you on that.
I'm
It looks very nice on
Yeah, I'm going to get it nice and sweaty
Yes.
and give it back to her.
you. Nice. That's so nice of you.
So, whew.
Are you going to be okay?
Well,
Okay.
I've realized I haven't really checked in on my physical self, and I mean,
Yeah.
like physically you kind of see, and I'm like, some of my clothes aren't fitting right. And then even honestly, like I need to shave. Because you could see, normally you shave
Sure,
under there.
everybody would like to see that.
See that? My you could see, I'm already balding, but so I keep it short. But now it's getting a little poofy. You can see all the
It's nice and poofy.
yeah, So I gotta take care of myself. I gotta
Well, it's
kind of check
important.
in. Oh my goodness.
It's important to check in once in a while on our physical bodies, right?
Well, yeah. Well, and I figured, because I know in the church we're doing this thing that's coming up, and so for the kids, they get to be a part. And so, what are we doing here?
So it's not only just important to check up on our physical bodies. Oh man, he's working overtime here. Oh my gosh. But it's also important to check on our spiritual bodies. It's really important because sometimes we just focus on it when we make a mistake or something bad happens and we're like, oh man, where am I at with this? But it's important to do regular checkups, just like, we have to do that with our physical bodies. We have to regularly.
But I hate going to the doctor.
I know, but it's important.
Oh, I guess
it's
that's
important for our health and to stay healthy.
true. Even the dentist?
Even the dentist. We gotta keep our teeth. The mouth is really important to your health.
I know, because that's where I put all my brownies.
Right. Well, just like we need to have regular doctor's appointments and check up on how we're doing with our, exercise and what we're eating, we need to check up on our spiritual health regularly. So, I just want to read you a little verse a little verse. It's a verse.
It's weird in Miss Kristen's Bible for some reason. This verse, it's all normal print, and then this one's tiny.
You know what? No, I'm going to read you a verse, and it comes from 1 Corinthians 9:24 through 25.
I only have
You
10
make it
fingers.
well. You tried.
20. Oh wait, that would
That's
still
more.
only be 20.
We have to use both of us. But 1 Corinthians 9:24 through 25, Paul says, don't you realize that in a race everyone runs, but only one person gets the prize? So run to win. So yes, you got to run to win, right? But all athletes are disciplined in their training. They do it to win a prize that will fade away.
Oh.
But we do it for an eternal prize. And that's talking about our relationship with God. We have that eternal prize, right? So even when you're say an athlete is running a marathon, they need to stop sometimes to get water, right? If they don't stop to rehydrate their body, they're not going to make it through the whole thing.
Like me, I haven't hydrated at all, and I feel like I'm gonna die.
Well, that's not good. So you got to check in on that. So listen to your body. But
I can drink some water.
That's not
Oh,
water.
that's salt. That would be bad.
That's not, yeah. So just like marathon runners, they need to stop and they have to hydrate, or even maybe they need to get a checkup along the way. There's some first aid people along the way that want to make sure that they're ready to finish. They got to make sure they got to have those little checkpoints along the way. Even my dad, used to be a race car driver. He raced race car drivers. And have you ever seen that when they're racing around the track?
He raced race car drivers?
He
He jumped on their back and went.
Sorry.
Giddy up.
Race cars.
Oh, race cars.
Sorry, I misspoke.
Oh, okay.
But yes, he used to race cars.
There we go.
Sorry about that. But no,
I just got a really funny image.
I know that would be.
It's like a wheelbarrow races.
Woo!
With a
Yes.
like you have two people and one person. Yeah.
That would be the race car driver.
Like you see at like the
just take
fair
them
or
in
something. Yeah.
there. Anyways, so they're racing at very high speeds, and they have to stop every so often, pit stop, and make sure their tires are okay, make sure they have enough gas, make sure their oil's okay. They have to check up on all those things because they want to make sure that they finish the race, right?
I've always wondered, do they go to the bathroom at the pit stop?
Maybe. I don't know. It'd have to be really quick.
Yeah, that's true.
But the same thing goes for our spiritual lives. We have to have these checkpoints that we stop along the way and make sure that our spiritual health is okay. And how do we do that? We have the Bible, we talk with God, we make sure that we're doing the things and having that relationship with God.
Yeah, even when you look throughout the Bible, like the heroes of the Bible, when you think of like, oh, what are the guys, the men and women that you look up to, or things like that, whether there were judges or kings or all these things like Moses or David, like we always look at them and we say, oh man, they were like, that is, if I could reach the level of David. But those people,
so good.
like they messed up a lot. They messed up in ways that you probably will never mess up in your life.
Yeah.
It's just, they messed up deeply at times, but they still, like David who was a murderer, who did some other really bad things, who broke some big promises. He still was considered a man after God's own heart. The Bible calls him a man after God's own heart. And the thing is though, like even these guys, they needed to be able to stop, and a lot of times God used a prophet or someone to come and be like, hey, you need to check yourself before you wreck yourself. No, but like the prophets would come and say, hey, David, God knows what you did. You need to change direction, and it won't always be big things. It's not like, oh, I messed up really big, or I messed up just a little bit, or I'm doing really good right now. A lot of times what happens is when we're doing good, just like when you're feeling good, I don't need to go to a doctor,
right.
I'm fine. And then your heart falls out, or your foot falls off.
Oh my goodness.
I'm just saying, like a lot of times listen, my family growing up, if your arm was still attached, you don't need to go to a doctor. Just walk it off, right?
Yeah.
Just walk it off. But we do need to go to a doctor for a checkup. And spiritually, just because things are going good or we feel like we're in a good place with God, it is always good to stop, evaluate.
Right.
And we evaluate. There's all sorts of different things, from being with friends or family or talking to our pastor, taking spiritual checkups. There's all sorts of different resources out there. And sometimes it's just self-evaluation of like, hey, how much time did I spend with God over the last week? How much time did I really work on that relationship? There's a lot of different ways to do it, but we need those checkup points.
Yes.
And we need them through, because it's a journey.
Yes.
It's not moment to moment. At the end of our life, we want to look back and say, you know what? Yeah, there may be a little hiccup here, a little mess up there, or this was a really high point. It's all about the overall journey.
Right.
And what did your relationship with God? Did you run well? Did you run to win the race?
Yeah.
Run
to win.
Yeah, we want to run to win.
That's
and
right.
wear these headbands.
Yes. Wear awesome
Oh,
headbands.
this is so sweaty, and it's cutting the circulation off to my
I was
brain.
gonna say it's really tight.
It's made for a 9-year-old girl.
Yes.
I am a 36-year-old man.
Yes, you are.
Kind of.
Kind of.
Well, I'm not very strong.
What are you
I guess I
talking
am.
about?
Well, I've eaten a lot of brownies. And last night they made these brownie cookie things. It's both a brownie and a cookie. A cookie and a brownie.
It was delicious.
So the whole idea today is run to win race.
That's
And
right.
just like any runner that stops and gets water, take the time to check yourself.
Yes.
And to make sure that you're in peak condition to win the race.
Yes.
You want to pray?
Yes, I will pray. So Lord, thank you for this day. Thank you for, again, providing examples in the Bible that we can follow to make sure that we love you the best way possible and that we live our lives the best way possible. And we just pray, Lord, that you will help us to have these spiritual checkups once in a while, and just making sure that we're on the right path, that we are following you the best that we can. And we just pray, Lord, that you will just help us to remember these things, to just keep it a priority. And we just love you in your name. Amen.
Amen. All right. Some of you we may have saw this morning at Church on the Lawn. If you don't know what that is, you can check out the website at gobethelchurch.com. Miss Kristen has had bags for you guys. Those of the kids that have been out there, you know, you can check that out and see what's going on as we start to gather more at the church. And also next Sunday, it's the day after Halloween, and so, you know, at the church we typically, you know, we did something, and so we want to make sure that, you know, you get lots and lots of candy. So next Sunday, for those that are at Church on the Lawn, or even honestly, if you are like, oh, I don't know if I can make it or something like that, just let us know. We want to make sure you get candy, so you can write a comment down below if you can't be there, and we'll think of something. All right, so just you know, we'll have a little surprise next Sunday for those at the Church on the Lawn and different things like that. You know, inside that bag. This today, what you got yesterday or today. Sometimes when we record, I don't know what day it is. So those of you that are watching this, you were there this morning. There was a secret in there. I don't know what it was. Last week it was gummy bears. No, not gummy bears.
Snacks.
Fruit snacks. I don't know what anything's called anymore. This thing is squeezing my brain. All right,
Getting to you.
I'm gonna go run.
All right, let's run.
Anything else?
No, that's
okay. Goodbye, everybody. Ooh, I'm running right to that brownie cookie.